Welcome back, everyone. Game 2 of tonight's series will be Pitt versus Chicago LL.
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Atlantis. I'm really excited for this match. I myself am a Linguini League player, so more so than some of the other matches, I am got my eye on this one. I've got a lot of big feelings about it, so I'm really eager for this. Um, I think both of these teams had really similar standings performances and have the same kind of chance at taking away a W here tonight and playing Buffalo in the finals. And that's not going to be an easy series there. So whoever wins has their work cut out for them. But with that, we're going to get started here. Now we've got Peyton, Matt, Millie, and Fly Penguin for Pittsburgh. We've got Coop, Zen, and Wild Banana for Chicago. Oh, things have started, but it looks like there is some issues on Pittsburgh's side. So everyone has vacated. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Ever seen something like this before, Atlantis?
No, I haven't. I have seen it happen later on in a series, but never right off the beginning of the series on a kickoff. And a lot of the times, just a player wasn't quite back in time from changing out a car. So definitely an interesting situation to see what is going to happen here. I believe. I'm not really sure.
We got Penguin coming in for the wrong team and scoring a goal here. So this is an interesting one. Yeah, we've got Peyton with a close game in the chat, and that's always interesting when we got these kind of hiccups. This is it's more art than science. Yeah, art of broadcasting here. So we're hoping to get things figured out and all right here. In a second, we've got Pitt in the chat still cracking jokes about Penguin scoring for the wrong team. Hopefully the only own goal we're gonna see. All right, cool. So it looks like we're going to be back up in just a second here. Apologize again for the technical difficulties, but that'll make this match our second, and I believe Atlantis, correct me if I'm wrong, final match for the night. That'll make it all the more exciting when we actually get it underway. This best of 7 series for Linguini League. This will be the first best of 7 match either of these teams have played this season. The group stage in LL, for those unfamiliar, was traditional best of 5 series. And of course, that's what the regular season was as well. So a little bit longer game, a little bit more endurance. The mental game is a little bit more difficult because you got to make sure you're not losing it after 1 or 2. You're not out when you're down 0-2 the same way you are a little bit in a best of 5 series. So should be interesting.
I mean, we're looking at an LL match, which, as pointed out last week too, for some reason is so much more competitive than any of the other leagues so far, and it's just how it is. LL, everyone wants to get out of LL, and so they fight tooth and nail. So we are definitely in for an interesting series here.
Yeah, I think a league like LL, like a developmental league, a bottom tier league, which as a result has to span like these a really wide breadth of skills. I think that people watching may expect there to be a lot more variance in the teams that you get, but kudos to the people that run the league. The way they've set it up makes for really balanced teams where you have a good broad range, but you can really build a team that people can really, get their play time and connect and learn and grow as a team. And it really makes a difference when you come into moments like this.
Yeah, and I mean, we're starting off game one here and
Oh,
starting off with the ball on the side of Pittsburgh here, but it is still, again, early game one, and with a little bit of a hiccup, I'm sure both teams are a little confused on what's going on as well, so
yep.
definitely give them a second and see what we got going on here, but Pitt putting on some massive pressure right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And my apologies. I'm with the confused. I'm just getting in here and seeing this game start. We got Matt challenging in the middle. Coop goes to put that in the middle for Chicago, but Penguin is there. Zen with a 50 out to Banana, who almost gets the shot, but Peyton takes it back into Chicago's end. Coop able to push it over to the left side, but Matt, almost there, popped right over his car. Coop going on that after a little touch from Banana, but Matt is there to clear it off the wall. Zen trying to keep it in as Penguin goes on it in the corner. Peyton coming back for a demo. That's something to watch from the big Peyton there. Loves his demos as Matt takes it off the wall for a 50 to Penguin. Coop going to get it, but Peyton there for the 50. Banana pushes it over. Ooh, Penguin missed it there, allowing Banana to have a carry in. Matt challenges him there. Banana with a little bit of a struggle flip, and Penguin gets an easy clear out into Chicago's end. Banana there to push it, but doesn't quite get it. Zen, though, able to clean up the next ball from Pitt. Matt trying to push this away from Chicago and Pitt's end, taking it up the left side. Banana there to push it around the wall again. Gets it right in front of the net, but a well-timed demo from Matt destroys the play for Chicago. Oh, Banana almost in there, but a good bump from Penguin. Really physical play so far in this game from Pittsburgh, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh playing aggressive and physical, but it's not opening up the shot opportunities they'd like. And as we're saying that they're playing physical, Chicago just comes in and takes the open net right out of the hands of Pittsburgh and is able to score the first goal of the series, putting them up 1-0.
Yeah, and that's such a big goal. And like you said, I don't think Pittsburgh is really getting quite those chances yet. And, we're 2 minutes into game one, so they got their opportunities. But when you're going for demos and you're going for bumps, got to make sure you're going for the smart ones that are with the flow of play. You don't want to, miss out on opportunities for your team like can happen sometimes. We saw that space there open as Banana throws it off the left wall into the middle on Pitt's end. Coop going for another one, but Peyton with the save. Oh, they tried to carry it over the back wall, but Zen slaps it in. Coop with the assist. Seeing the replay, Zen takes it onto the corner, and just Peyton couldn't get there. Penguin couldn't get there. Pitt now down 2-0.
Yeah, and in an unfortunate situation there for Pitt as well. I mean, you've got Peyton trying to get it into the corner to get clear, and he's sitting on zero boost. Matt's cutting into that same corner, and Penguin's just left last back in an awkward situation. And now they turn it around, and Peyton able to find the goal to open it up off of a double commit touch from both Zen and Coop.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate redirect, but a good play from Peyton. Smart, opportunistic play. That's how you're going to get back into it. Now they're only down one. Got about 2 minutes left here as Matt takes it down the left side for Chicago. Coop pulls it up away from him, but Peyton there to keep it in Chicago's end and keep the pressure up. Banana whiffs it, and Peyton gets the bump there, but not able to capitalize off of that. Smart play from Pittsburgh. Peyton puts it up the middle. Banana going for a little touch up the gut, but Matt able to deflect it to the corner. Banana gets the big 50 over Matt, and he goes right in off the wall. That is a tough touch.
Yeah, I mean, an unfortunate 50 coming out with Wild in that corner to bounce it up like that, and just having no boost on the back end left a very tough save and a shot that was just dropping down on the net. And we mentioned at the beginning of the game where Pitt was playing really aggressive, and it was working out for the most part. It was allowing them to get pressure. They just needed to be more aggressive and more demo heavy on the person defending the net. And since then, they've seemed to step back on that, and it's not working out for them.
Yeah, I think they're playing in their own end a little too much for sure, and they're not making smart, effective plays. And you're seeing Chicago getting lucky and making the simple play and just letting the chances play out for them. As Matt tries to change the fortunes for Pitt, pushing it up against the back wall, but can't quite get it. Penguin able to turn it back on net. Peyton there slides it into the bottom left corner and pulls Pitt within one.
Yeah, I mean, one big thing that happens a lot is that third man overcommit, but in that situation, that was absolutely perfect. You've got Penguin on his way back. He just dives in, takes that open net, and there's not much that Chicago can do to stop it. And it puts them within breathing room of only being down one goal. And this could be the whole change of the pace of this match.
Absolutely. As Matt goes and tries to save it there for Pitt and does. Matt clears it up the end. Banana there to bang it back. Peyton's going to go into the corner for it. 50 it up. Zen playing a little calm. Ooh, and Coop got a good bump there. And Zen able to capitalize. Another 2-goal lead here now with 27 seconds left for Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I was pointing out that issue with Pitt on the aggression and the bumping, but now Chicago's starting to pick it up, and they're doing it the way that Pitt needed to begin with, where they're going after that last man back and not giving them a good opportunity to save it. Now Peyton trying to get it downfield for his team, but gonna end up handing it off right to Zen, but Matt sitting in perfect position to play off of it.
Yeah, as Peyton takes that towards the middle, Penguin able to launch it back in Chicago's end. Banana carrying it over to the right corner. Matt pushing it back in over Banana. A little bit of a double from Coop and Zen, but it does not matter. Chicago takes game one 4-2. All right. I think that was a phenomenal performance from Chicago. I don't think that can be, understated. That was every time they did something, they were doing it right. And Pitt showed a lot of flashes, a lot of flares of good play, but they had some deficiencies. What do you think they need to change going into game 2 to get a win?
I think bring back that aggression, bring back the bumps, bring back the demos. You guys put on almost identical amount of shots as Chicago, but you stepped back on that aggression, and that's what started to cost you, is because as you drop back on aggression, Chicago started to pick it up. They started going for those bumps and demos. Take that first man. I know I said this last game too. Send the pass out, try to clear the net.
Yeah, and that's you're so right there. I think, they had a really chance to get them kind of discombobulated early with like that, the extremity of their contact early in that game. But it almost feels like they poked a sleeping bear a little bit, and then Chicago came back with the same play, and Pitt didn't quite have a response. But let's see now if they do in game 2. We've got Matt and Zen taking our kickoff. Our countdown should start any second now.
Yeah, I mean,
go.
it's
3,
going to be
2,
very interesting
1,
to see
go.
what Pitt changes for this game.
Absolutely. Coop coming in on a high ball, putting that on net. Peyton able to deflect it away. Zen a little late to get what would have been an open right side shot. Able to keep the pressure up, though. But Peyton able to clear off a touch from Penguin. Zen takes it off into the corner. Peyton demos Coop, so a little bit of that physical play early. It's Banana with a little bit of a whiff, and Zen no boost, trying to make something happen after that initial whiff. Penguin pushes it over high. Matt not quite able to capitalize on that open upper right corner. Zen going in for the 50 with Matt, pulling back into Pitt's end. Peyton able to play it off the wall, not able to get it clear, but Banana misses coming in there. Zen able to finally get some contact after a few whiffs. Peyton with a big save on that shot there in the upper left corner to keep this even. Matt able to pull it off the backboard. Penguin pushing it into Chicago's end finally after what seems like an eon in the pit end, and Zen gets it right back. Peyton goes for the demo on Coop once again. That's the second time we've seen that play. Still have not seen it pay off, and that's Peyton for Coop one more time. So 3 Peyton on Coop demos already. So some harsh play from Peyton early, as we've got Matt taking it up the left side. Coop almost able to get it, not quite. Zen with a nice touch. Coop able to put it on net, and no one's there for Pitt, and Chicago once again takes that 1-goal lead to open this game.
Yeah, an unfortunate situation there from Pitt, having 2 of their players in midfield, 0 boost, having to fight to get back for the ball, and they've got the demos. Peyton's proved he can demo time and time again. The thing is, these midfield demos, when you're trying to put pressure, are not beneficial to your team. Yes, you can buy yourself a little bit of space, but you're also giving the defense a free rotation and a free third man. If you're going to do them, you have to do them quick and already have the pressure start.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think we saw that even on the one that didn't cost them too much. If your other teammates aren't perfectly connecting, it can cause a lot of problems when you play up like that. When you go for those high demos, and that's exactly what we saw there. Peyton playing hard, playing their game certainly, but got to tighten it up a little bit when this is a do or die semifinal match. As we get it into the corner on Pitt's side. Zen taking it up to the back wall, but Matt able to pull it up. Penguin 50s there. Coop able to push it back towards Pitt's end. Peyton looking for a deflection off to the side, and I couldn't tell if he got it or if he just sort of Jedi mind tricked it. Peyton now carrying it up the right. Zen with a little touch back into the corner. Peyton not able to capitalize on it, but Matt Millie goes in. Oh, and that's a tough one. Peyton goes in and gets a demo on Banana, but if they had hesitated just a second, the pass would have been there, and it would have been nice. Peyton tries to put that on the goal, throws it into the far corner for Chicago. Matt able to get the 50, tries to go up for it, doesn't get it. Banana puts it on net. We got a little bit of the double, but Peyton able to save it. And that is Peyton's 3rd save of the game. So a lot of defensive work for Pitt so far. Oh, that's a tough, another kind of defensive double there. Almost gives Chicago the 2-0 lead. Pitt able to survive it. Oh, Peyton puts it in front of the goal, but both Penguin and Matt not able to capitalize. Peyton able to get back and put it up for Coop on the wall. Peyton now carrying over. Banana on the challenge, but Peyton gets the 50. Penguin in there, but Zen ready to steal it. Matt gets the possession on the right, just for Cooper to take it back. A lot of possession changing hands here as we go into the final minute of game 2.
Yeah, I mean, both teams here playing a solid game of Rocket League. It's just a lot of the small mistakes. Matt getting an amazing save on the goal line there, but we're seeing a lot of double commits coming out from Pittsburgh, and that's really going to hurt them, as well as Peyton's making some very interesting decisions on these demos. I understand he wants to get them and help his team out, but you shouldn't necessarily always be going for demo as second man, and if you are, your third man does need to push up to be able to take the shot, and that's what cost them a goal opportunity earlier. He cleared net, and the third man was so far back he couldn't get up in time to take the shot.
Absolutely, and we got 10 seconds left. We'll see if Pitt can do the miraculous here in the final seconds of the match and tie it up and send us to OT. It does not look good. We do have it in the corner. Banana puts it down, and Chicago takes a 2-0 lead in the series with a 1-0 victory. And I don't think that's the game that Pitt wanted to have. I mean, that's maybe obvious, but they got 5 saves as a team and 0 shots. And that's a tough stat line when you're trying to get back into a series.
Yeah, I mean, that is a really tough situation to be in. You're down by 2 now, and on this previous game, you weren't able to get a single shot on net. And I think a lot of that does come down to Chicago is playing really clean rotations. They are always where they need to be. But Pitt seems to kind of just be scrambling. And right now, it's not working out. They need to clean up their play, slow it down, maybe even, and just play the fundamental game of Rocket League. There's no need to overcomplicate it and start rushing yourself around the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And I went and checked a couple extra stats because I was looking at in-game stats only initially, and Peyton had an executioner, 7 demos, and 3 saves and 0 shots, and that to me says everything about the match we just watched from Pitt. We'll see if their fortunes differ at all as we go into game 3 here. Banana and Peyton taking the initial kickoff as we get underway here. Peyton able to get the win. Matt with a demo on Zen early. I'm not sure how intentional that was. Kind of going in for a ball, a little bit of a double commit maybe. Penguin gets this gets a 50 there, but loses possession immediately. And Coop able to take an early lead again for Chicago. And that has been the story of every game so far. Chicago taking that early lead.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more early game aggression coming out from Pitt here. And one thing I'd really like to see is Peyton take a little bit more control of the balls that first game, because that would give him a better opportunity to open up these demos. But right now, Chicago is just all over Pittsburgh, and it's not looking good for Pitt at the moment.
Yeah, and I think this is a crucial moment. I mean, obviously, if Pitt doesn't get back into this one, I'm going to call the next game a crucial moment too. Oh, as Coop takes a second goal again off of Zen touch. That is, I love when every goal is assisted in the game. That's a big thing for me. And that's such a phenomenal play from Coop there to get it in. And take a 2-goal lead. And like I was saying there, I think if it's 3-0, I'm going to say it's a crucial game, obviously, for Pitt. But this is the moment where I think Pitt really needs to regroup and get into this game and try to make a difference, because you don't want to go down 3-0. It's way better to come back from 2-0 and down a couple in a game than down 3-0, because that's rough. As we got Peyton on the left side here, struggling to get it out of Pitt's zone. Oh, and Coop gets a good demo on Penguin, but Chicago not able to finish the play as Penguin takes a boostless run into the corner and misses the ball. Gets demoed by Coop. Coop now absolutely savaging Pitt on the demos. Matt missing it in the corner. Peyton then taking it. Pitt playing way up in their half, very confident. Peyton taking it over to the right side, not quite able to get it where Matt was, a little further out. Playing it on the corner. Penguin is stuck in Chicago's goal. Gotta hope that does not impact Pitt if you are a Pitt fan. Matt able to get the boost and take the ball in the corner. Penguin now with a good 50 win over Zen, so Matt can go up on the wall for it. Touches it towards goal, just not hard enough to make too big an impact. A little double there from Peyton and Penguin, but Penguin gets a 50. Oh, gets it almost on, but Zen able to direct it back to Pitt's end, and Chicago just not letting Pitt have any chances right now. As soon as it's going out of Pitt's end, it is right back in their end.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a tough situation for Pittsburgh right now. I mean, if they can't, even if they lose this game, if they can at least get 1-2 goals, that could be a good start for them. Because right now you're sitting here, if you lose this game, and as I'm saying that, there will be a shot coming out here. The pass off Penguin out to Peyton, just too perfect. And that's a situation. That's what they need right there. Because even if you lose this game, now you don't have that weighing on you where you just lost 3 games back to back and the last 2 you haven't scored. Well, now they've scored. That's going to be a boost in confidence right there alone.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get on the score sheet. It makes such a difference sometimes, especially when you're coming off a shutout. Like that's a real mental drain if you're not scoring for 2 games in a row. Oh, as who was that? It was Wild Banana from Zen. So Zen with the playmaker on the game. Amazing. 3 assists on 3 goals so far. Every other teammate on the board. a really, really good game from Chicago. I mean, we're talking a lot about what Pitt can clean up, but you know, I'm someone who just recently got eliminated this season by Chicago, and let me tell you, Chicago is a dang good team. As
Yeah.
Coop plays it up into the corner there. We're going to try for another little touch, but doesn't quite get it. Penguin tries to push it out, but once again, not getting it clear. Zen able to recover from Matt's touch out and goes in for the 50. Banana in for a close one. Does not get it. Peyton able to play it out. Oh, with a really good carry, but Zen neutralizes it. Penguin going into the right side of Chicago's end for Peyton, who almost gets the cross, but Coop bangs it out and puts it on net, and it's in a 4-1 lead for Chicago. You know, before you were talking about you got to get on the board, and I agree with that certainly, but this might sting a little bit more than 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tough situation from Pitt, but what we've been seeing from Chicago that we really haven't seen is that aggression that Pitt started out with. Pitt came out with the demos. They started playing bump heavy and demo heavy. But now we're seeing it. Chicago looked at Pitt and said, all right, we see you. We'll do you better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said it before. It feels like they poked a bear, and they just, I don't think they quite knew what they were in for. You know, some people, when you start demoing, they fold, and that's definitely what Pitt thrives on. Some people, when you start demoing, they go, oh, that's how we're playing, huh? And then you learn exactly what they're capable of on that physical end. And Chicago's absolutely done that. I mean, for any, you know, criticism of one team, you got to praise the other, and Chicago has just been phenomenal. I mean, they're making the saves when they need to. They have 3 saves on this game, and they're just playing fantastic as Coop once again pushes it in to Pitt's end, and we almost had a goal there from Banana, not quite able to finish it. Pitt able to get a late game save, but Zen pops it up. Peyton able to challenge it in the middle, but Banana pushing it on. We've got a 4-1 lead, 10 seconds left, and Chicago is just not taking their foot off the gas. This is a team that feels hungry for a win, and I'm having a hard time seeing how Pitt comes back from this.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to be a tough fight for Pitt. And a lot of it comes down to the same things you've been pointing out throughout the series. Just play a little bit slower, play a lot more team play. A lot of the times it's one player taking the ball up the field, trying to take the shot, and then another player recovering it. And that's just not a viable strategy, especially against a team like Chicago, that one person gets that touch, and as soon as it's dropped, another person's on that ball and taking control of it.
Yeah. You know, and then from the opposite perspective, from Pitt's perspective, that's just suffocating. And it's so hard to break out of that. And the mental in the VC, that becomes so crucial in moments like that. You really don't want to, start having breakdowns because you're in this tough situation, and you're in a very tough situation. But anyone that frequents this stream at all knows that, this league, I mean, Linguini for sure, but UR in general is prone to some reverse sweeps. So we might have a series on our hands still yet. Chicago looking to finish out the sweep. Pitt looking to initiate the reverse sweep, get a win, and save their season. This is a win or go home game for Pitt, as Peyton wins the faceoff, but Coop able to pop it back into Pitt's zone. A little bit of a double there from Matt and Penguin, but able to recover nicely and get it into Chicago's end. Coop in the corner for Chicago. Penguin with the 50. Zen knocks it out. Oh, we have 2 Pittsburgh players in Chicago's zone still. All right, back on D. Lucky retreats from them. Could have been a big moment for Chicago. Banana puts it over, pops it up to the middle, and Zen, gets a shot, but it's just wide. Peyton at the midfield line there, able to come in and make sure Chicago doesn't quite get possession, tries to roll it around the front, does not get the opportunity. Zen with the push out. Coop and Zen kind of doubled up here in the corner, so Penguin goes for the hard hit. Gets a little bit of a pop out for Peyton. Peyton doesn't do much with it. Matt throws it to the middle, but Banana able to capture that. Peyton knocks it to the corner, and that's kind of a pass out to the middle. Peyton with a good backflip save there to deflect it off and give it to Penguin. Oh, who looked like he had a good pass for Peyton on the retreat, but just not able to complete that play as a team for Pitt. And Banana scores there with a nice, patient little read down the middle. We've seen that before to get Chicago on the board, and they're back on the board first again in Game 4.
Yeah, that has to be extremely hard on the mental of Pitt, and it's already appearing as if the pressure of this being match point is weighing on them, as we have seen a couple double commits coming off of the side of Pitt, and I don't know if that is a miscommunication. This is a bit of a longer series than they have played before, so it could also just be they're getting worn out.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. As we see an amazing zero boost save from Penguin there. And something I want to commend Chicago on is I think they're playing the boost pads really smart in Pitt's end when they're getting the possessions. And you see it when Pitt's breaking out. They're breaking out and their guys don't have the juice to get out and keep the pressure up. You know, like when you're on D, sure, you can survive on pennies. But when you're out there on offense, you got to do some high-flying stuff. You got to be coming out to the play and ready to retreat. You got to have some boost. And Chicago has absolutely made a buffet of Pitt's boost. And, you know, we're seeing the impact in how suffocating their pressure has been. Although we see Matt pulling it out here for a now boosted Penguin. All 6 players in the far corner there. You don't usually see a triple commit on both teams. This Penguin takes that over Matt. Matt not able to get it as Zen pushes it down to Pitt's end. Peyton slows it a bit, but not enough, and it almost gets around for a 50. Oh, for Banana, who pops it in front of the net for an amazing tap in by Coop to take a 2-goal lead. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to rescue your season for a Pitt team right now where the shot differential is 8-1.
Yeah, I mean, Pitt, it's definitely hurting right now, and you bring up the Chicago boost starving of Pitt, and thing is too, they're doing it in such a way they're not just starving them of big, but they're also starving them of even the pennies on their side of the field. And that is an extremely rough situation to be in, because to get boost, you either have to send someone out of position to go forward and get boost, or you just have to play the whole time on zero, and neither of those are viable options, and Chicago is punishing them on any decision they make.
Yeah, and you know, this is a phenomenally high level of game and game plan. I think, especially when we're talking about a Linguini league team. Like this is a very well matched league. I love playing in the league myself, but it is the lowest tier, and to have that kind of game plan and execute it consistently, to know when to take the penny path, to know when to take the corner, to starve out the other team so consistently. I mean, it's an absolute desert in Pitt's half when they're on D, and we're seeing it now. I mean, Penguin had to go up to far corner for boost, and Matt Milley and Penguin were coming in dang near boostless, living on the occasional penny scraps of Chicago's. That's just a tough move as Banana tries to put it on net here. We got 45 seconds left. 2-0 lead for Chicago, looking to sweep their way to the finals against Buffalo. Coop almost has a chance there for his team, but gets 50'd away. Banana able to win that. Coop still going in for the challenge. Zen takes it to the far corner, but gets demoed by Penguin. A little bit of that old school Pitt coming out. Matt almost gets a shot there, but not quite in a meaningful way. Banana taking it down to the corner on Pitt's side. Pops it over for a shot from Zen, who scores and ices this series. Now every